Here are three tax deed mistakes that you need to avoid so that you don't end up losing money on your tax deeds when you're going and buying properties at these tax auctions. So let's dive in. One of the very first mistakes that new tax deed investors make is they don't understand how to go ahead and how to do the due diligence process properly on these properties. Now, what I love about tax deeds is most of the time, the mortgages get wiped out when you buy these properties, pretty much all the time. However, there are a few things that you need to make sure of during the due diligence process so that you don't lose money or get your money held up. So remember, in order for the county to foreclose on this property and sell it at the auction, they have to notify everybody in the chain of basically in the chain of title on the property, right? So this is why you do due diligence on these because the county isn't perfect. Sometimes they do it themselves, but sometimes they hire like a third party law firm to go ahead and send the notices. So the reason it's important to do your research is to make sure the county or the law firm has notified everybody who's on title. So one of the biggest mistakes you can make is just going into these sales blind, meaning that you're not looking at the title. And actually, one of the other big mistakes is you don't go and physically look at the property, or you don't go and send somebody to physically look at the property. So let's talk about the title though. Before we continue, if you're interested in tax lien and deed investing and using this business as an alternative way to make money in real estate, go ahead, like this video, thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. And from there, subscribe to the channel because most people who watch aren't subscribed and they end up missing out on these videos. And from there, they don't understand it and then they miss out on how to do this amazing business. So for you as a beginner getting into this, you want to go through, you're going to pull the title of the property. And what that means is you want to see who has any claim of ownership in it. So is it, one owner, two owners, husband, wife, how many mortgages are on that property? And what you want to make sure is that the county or the law firm handling the tax foreclosure has went and notified everybody properly to give them a chance to basically speak now or forever, hold your peace or rest your case. I don't know what that term is. The one from the wedding. How's it? Speak now or forever? I don't know. Hold your tongue. I don't quite remember the term, but it's similar like this because you want to give everybody a chance to stop that property from going to the sale, because if it goes to the tax deed sale, they get wiped out. All right. So what happens if you do poor research? You go buy a property and you realize that there was maybe somebody who inherited the property and the county only notified one of the parties. Say it was a brother and sister who inherited a property and they only notified the brother. Well, that means they didn't do their job correctly. And that could give the sister, well, it does give the sister an opportunity to protest that sale. And what that means for you is that your money can be tied up for a long time. You don't quite know how long it's going to be, but that's why it's very important. Or maybe you don't do your title research and you don't realize that there's like an environmental lien on the property. Maybe there are some fuel tanks in there, or maybe it was an auto body shop or next to a laundromat, and there was like an environmental thing, and you got to dig up 20 feet of topsoil. Well, maybe not 20 feet, but the amount of topsoil needed to fix it. So that's why it's super important. And one of the biggest mistakes to avoid is insufficient due diligence. Now, if you really want to dive into due diligence, below this video is a link to my book, The ABCs. I give it away for free, so there's no reason why you can't. And then I also have one called Tax Deed Investing 101, which is an on-demand training as well that'll walk you through that. All right, so that's number one thing to avoid. Do your due diligence. From there, the second thing is overbidding. All right, so this is a mistake to avoid. Before you go to that sale, set your maximum bids on how much you want to bid and don't go over it. All right, so overbidding will cause you to lose your profit margin. And the thing is, at these auctions, it's really easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment, like the Asia song. You get caught up. It's a great song. How does it go? I never thought I'd be this bad to you. Anyways, good song. Sidetracked. We all know the song. But getting caught up in the heat of the moment telling you what your heart should do is sometimes going to be wrong. Hopefully you got the reference there. But set that maximum bid so that you don't go over. I've seen so many people get, 100 here, 100 there, 500, boom, and then they've bid the thing up. All of the profit is gone. So this is also important where you learn how to do your comps. All right. You want to learn how to comp the property. You want to go figure out what things are selling for in the area, what things have sold for in the area, maybe talk to some realtors in the area, get a good grasp of what things are actually selling for. Not what things are listed for, but what they're selling for. And the beauty of the deeds is you can buy these things, sometimes 80, 95% below market value, mortgage free. It's one of the best ways to do it. Now, third mistake to avoid is having a lack of exit strategy going into the auction, right? You might get excited, it might sound cheap, but what's your plan when you get this property? What are you going to do with it? Same with tax lien investing as well. Always have that plan in the back of your mind that if I end up with this property, what am I going to do with it? Remember, have that exit strategy going in. Is it perfect to flip? Is it you want to fix it up? Do you want to put a renter in that property? So these are things to keep in mind when you are, wanting to get into tax deed investing. Very, very simple steps that can save you a lot of money. Now, my whole thing here is I don't like to overcomplicate this business. The most important thing you need to do is to be taking action right now, right? So figure out if you're wanting to do tax deeds, where are the auctions happening? Actually, I'll make another video that'll walk you through step by step the exact auction steps to take so that you have a game plan laid out. And once again, I'll talk about this book until the cows come home, but the action items are also in the book right around here somewhere. And it's for free below. I used to sell this book. I no longer sell it. I just give it away to help as many people as possible. And basically what I do, I give away everything. And then from there, we work with a few people a couple times a year and we help them get started with their tax lien and deed business. So if you want some help with this, there's a link below. You can get free access to the book and the training, but you can also book a call. And what we'll do is we'll build you a custom investing plan step by step. We're going to show you how to avoid the mistakes and probably save you 2 to 3 years of trial and error because you get to learn from somebody who has done it. So it's a free call to go ahead. You can book that below to get started. Ask a question in the comments if you have one. I love going through those. Helps me have info for upcoming videos. Appreciate everybody watching. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.